Miami Dolphins mode. Yeah! Miami Dolphins mode. What? Miami Dolphins. Woo! Mode. Yeah!
What's
Woo!
up, Dolphin fans, and thank you for coming on the Miami Dolphins Mode channel. Today, we're going to talk about the Miami Dolphins' biggest challenges in the 2020 season. Now, I know that we're excited that the NFL season is going to come. We definitely need some sports right now, and we're all excited about it. But let's go ahead and see what type of challenges the Miami Dolphins have. That most of the teams in the NFL or all the teams in the NFL are going to have these challenges, but let's be specific on what the biggest challenges are going to be for the Dolphins. All right, so let's get right into it. So you know that as of right now, the NFL came into agreement that there's not going to be any preseason games. Also, that the roster is only going to hold 80 players instead of having more. Like all the years, they're trying to keep the number down for understandable reasons, as you know. But let's get into it. So basically, there's not going to be any preseason game, and the reason why this is a challenge for the Dolphins is because first off, it's a young regime. It's in the second year. The system is still being implemented as we go. The offensive coordinator is new in Shan Gailey. So this is something new. The defense is going to be with Josh Boyer. It's going to be the second year, so there's going to be more familiarity there. However, because of this, it's going to affect them. It's not like a team like the Steelers or the Ravens, Chiefs, the Patriots. These type of teams that have had the system installed for a while. So it makes it easier for them. So this is one of the challenges that the Dolphins are gonna face, not having that amount of time to implement the system and coach up the players with this. It's going to be much shorter, and it's going to affect the Dolphins like other teams that are out there. But the Dolphins are going to be affected by this more than other teams because of the young regime. Another thing about the preseason games not having them, it's going to affect the evaluation of the players. You're not going to be able to see them against other teams. You're going to have to go and practice. They're going to scrimmage most likely and things like that. But it's not only an evaluation, the coaches evaluating the players, but it's also the players being able to show everything that they have. They only had a limited amount of time, in the preseason, especially if you're trying to make the team, right? To show what you got. And now what it is you're cutting that, down probably by half. If you put like everything together, and these things are gonna hurt. And also another thing about this is the Miami Dolphins. We've gotten over 20 new players through the draft and free agency, so that's a big turnaround. And you can say about 50 to 60% of those acquisitions that we got either be from free agency or the draft. They're going to start, and then other players, the other let's say 40 to 30% might they might not start, but they might have a role with the team, in there. So they need to learn that as well, and some might not make it, and especially with this short time, it's just something that's going to hurt them. And also, just being able, the coaches being able to coach them up, having a little more time to, like what they usually do, having more time to coach them up is going to be a lot shorter. So everybody has to be on point. Like the errors have to be minimal, and it's very difficult, but this is the situation that's going on. Another thing that is gonna be one of the challenges is gonna be the offensive line. The offensive line, like I said in my other videos, last year there was not one offensive line that solidified a starting spot. Every spot is open. Every single offensive lineman spot is open. I would say except for the left guard position, which that is Eric Flowers, and we paid him a good deal, a good amount of money to stay there. So I think that he's the only one that probably you could say will be the left guard. But every other position is new, and offensive line. One of the most important things about an offensive line unit is the chemistry. The chemistry that they build with each other, because they know how they block, they know how fast they are, they know their tendencies, they know their technique, and everybody plays a little different, and you got to get used to it, and chemistry is very important on the offensive line, because remember, it's not like the defensive line. The defensive line, you can make an error and still make the play. And the offensive line, one offensive lineman does the wrong thing, the play doesn't go. The play gets broken up. Sometimes quarterbacks or running backs or whatever, they're able to get out of it. But the offensive line, all five have to block. Actually, I mean, the whole offense in itself, everybody has to do what they have to take care of what they need to do, because it's not like the defense. Somebody can mess up, but they have somebody else, to recover. So this is very important with the offensive line. The chemistry is going to affect them, but I'm pretty sure what they're going to do in football practice is probably just have them do reps, line up, and do reps. But the thing is, you can get chemistry that way, but how, we don't know who's going to start. So the chemistry is going to be even tougher, because there's going to be different setups, on the offensive line. They're going to be practicing with different people next to them, until the end where, they find out who it is. So it just makes it double intense in figuring out who's going to be on the offensive line and getting that chemistry, which is extremely important for an offensive line. If you see a lot of the teams that make the playoffs or have winning records, their offensive line is good, and they have great chemistry. So this is one of the things. It's going to be pretty tough. It's going to be a big challenge. It was already a challenge before, and now it's even bigger. Now, another thing is, we got Tua. We picked him up in the draft, and it's going to be hard for, I wouldn't say maybe to evaluate him. It is going to be hard to evaluate him, of course, but it is going to be harder for him be able to learn things on the football level, because he's not getting those preseason snaps. He's not getting looks from other teams. Looks from other teams are very important, because you can play well against your own team. You can practice good, but you kind of know them. You know their tendencies. You play against them every single day. You practice against them every single day. So you kind of get, like, you could say, the upper hand, because you just do it every single day. Now, these other teams, you're not playing them every day. You're playing once a season, twice a season. So, your time is much shorter to be able to make the play or be better at it. So these are some of the things that would be challenges for the Dolphins. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, but I believe with Brian Flores, from what we saw last year, he has this, and it's surely on his mind, and he's probably planning a way to make it work. But even with everything, it's still gonna be a challenge. There's no way around it. For the Miami Dolphins in particular, because of the new regime, the new players, free agents, and drafts that we got. Shan Gailey, a new offensive coordinator. A good thing is that he knows Ryan Fitzpatrick, and that, that's another thing that might hurt Tua, if he wants to start right away, which I'm pretty sure he does. But Ryan Fitzpatrick and Shan Gailey, they're very familiar with each other, so they might pick up. And I think that the defense might be the strong point for the team in this upcoming season, because they're going with the same system on defense that they had last year, right? And also they got Kyle Van Noy. I think Kyle Van Noy is going to be something very important for this defense. I've said it before, because he's going to teach these guys, and he already knows the defense. So he is a free agent, but you could say kind of like he was on the team, because he was in the same defensive system. So I think, and then also Byron Jones, and these two guys in particular, they, Van Noy, because he was in the system, Byron Jones because he could just do everything, and I think that he'll have the football IQ to catch up and do whatever he needs to do. But yeah, I think that the Dolphins defense will be the strong point for the 2020 season. But yeah, this is a major challenge for the Dolphins. And I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see how they react, how they're able to make this happen. Hopefully the whole football season goes on, man. I mean, I know everybody wants to see some sports, especially football. But yeah, these are some of the challenges that are coming up for the Dolphins. I'm hoping that they'll be up for it. I'm pretty sure they will. And I'm expecting a lot of things from the Dolphins. To be honest with you, I'm expecting them to be pretty damn good in my eyes. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for me. Thank you guys, and go Dolphins.